Adonizedek, king of Jerusalem, sent unto Holam, king of Hebron, and unto Piram, king of Jarmuth, and unto Japhi, king of Elishah, and unto Debar, king of Eglon, saying, Come upon to me, and help me, that we may smite Gibeon, for it hath made peace with Joshua and with children of Israel. Therefore the 5 kings of the Amorites, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Elishah, the king of Eglon, gathered themselves together and went up. And they all their hosts went up before Gibeon and made war against it. And the men of Gibeon sent unto Joshua to the camp to Gilgal, saying, Slack not thy hand from thy servants. Come up to us quickly and save us, and help us, for all of the kings of the Amorites that dwell in the mountains are gathered together against us. So Joshua ascended from Gilgal, he and all the people of the war with him, and all the mighty men of valor. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear them not, for I have delivered them into thine hand. There shall not a man of them stand before thee. Joshua therefore came unto them suddenly, and went up from Gilgal all night. And the Lord discomfited them before Israel, and slew them with a great slaughter at Gibeon, and chased them along the way that goeth up to Beth-horon, and smote them to Azekah, and unto Makkedah. And it came to pass, as they fled from before Israel, and were going down to Beth-horon, that the Lord cast down great stones from heaven of them unto Azekah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones, and they whom the children of Israel slew with the sword. The sun still stands. The sun stands still. My bad. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou, moon, in the valley of Ajalon. And the sun stood still, and the moon stayed, until the people had avenged themselves upon their enemies. Is not this written in the book of Jasher? So the sun stood still in the midst of heaven, and hasted not to go down about a whole day. There was no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord hearkened unto the voice of man, for the Lord fought for Israel. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, unto the camp to Gilgal. But these 5 kings fled, and hid themselves in the cave at Makkedah. And it was told Joshua, saying, The 5 kings are found hid in a cave at Makkedah. And Joshua said, Roll great stones upon the mouth of the cave, and set men by it for to keep them. And stay ye not, but pursue after your enemies, and smite the hindmost of them. Suffer them not to enter into their cities, for the Lord your God hath delivered them into your hand. And it came to pass, when Joshua and the children of Israel had made an end of slaying them with a very great slaughter, till they were consumed, that the rest which remained of them entered into fenced cities. And all the people returned to the camp to Joshua at Makkedah in peace. None moved his tongue against any of the children of Israel. Then said Joshua, Open the mouth of the cave, and bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so, and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Elishah, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass, when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel, and said unto the captains of the men of war which went with him, Come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. And Joshua said to them, Fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage. For thus shall the Lord do to all your enemies against whom ye fight. And afterward Joshua smote them, and slew them, and hanged them on 5 trees. And they were hanging upon the trees until the evening. And it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun, that Joshua commanded, and they took them down off the trees, and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and laid great stones in the cave's mouth, which remain until this very day. And that day Joshua took Makkedah, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and the king thereof he utterly destroyed them, and all the souls that were therein he let none remain. And he did to the king of Makkedah as he did unto the king of Jericho. And Joshua passed from Makkedah and all Israel with him until Libnah, and fought against Libnah. And the Lord delivered it also, and the king thereof, into the hand of Israel. And he smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the souls that were therein. He let none remain in it, but it unto the king thereof, as he did unto the king of Jericho. And Joshua passed from Libnah, and all Israel with him, into Lachish, and they camped against it, and fought against it. And the Lord delivered Lachish into the hand of Israel, which took it on the second day, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and all of those that were therein, according to all that he had done to Libnah. Then Horam king of Ezra came up to help Lachish, and Joshua smote him and his people until he had left him none remaining. And from Lachish Joshua passed on to Eglon, and all Israel with him, and they camped against it and fought against it. And they took it on that day, and smote it with the edge of the sword, and all of those that were therein he utterly destroyed that day, according to all that he had done to Lachish. And Joshua went up from Eglon, and all Israel with him, until Hebron. They fought against it. And they took it, and smote it with the edge of the sword. And the king thereof, and all the cities thereof, and all the souls that were therein. He left none remaining, according to all he had done to Eglon, but destroyed it utterly, and all the souls that were therein. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, to Debir, and fought against it. And he took it, and the king thereof, and all the cities thereof, and they smote them with the edge of the sword, and utterly destroyed all the souls that were therein. He left none remaining, as he had done to Hebron. So he did to Debir, to the king of thereof, as he had done also to Libnah, and to her king. And so Joshua smote all the country of the hills, and of the south, and of the vale, and of the springs, and all their kings. He left none remaining, but utterly destroyed all that breed, as the Lord God of Israel commanded. And Joshua smote them from Kadesh Barnea even unto Gaza, and all the country of Goshen, even unto Gibeon. And all these kings and their land did Joshua take at one time, because the Lord God of Israel fought for one Israel. And Joshua returned, and all Israel with him, unto the camp to Gilgal. And it came to pass, when Jabin, king of Hazor, had heard those things, that he sent to Joab, king of Madon, and to the king of Shimron, and to the king of Akshah, and to the kings that were on the north of the mountains of the plain south of Shimron, and in the valley, and in the borders of Dor on the west, and to the Canaanite on the east, and to the west, and to the Amorite, and the Hittite, and the Prezorite, and the Jebusite in the mountains, and to the Hivite under Hermon in the land of Mizpah. And they went out, and they all of them, host with them, much people, even as 1,000 that is upon the seesaws, and multitude, and with horses and chariots very many. And when all these kings were met together, they came fixed together as the waters of Merom to fight against Israel. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Be not afraid because of them, for tomorrow about this time I will deliver them up, all slain before Israel. Thou shalt hold their horses, and burn their chariots with fire. So Joshua came, and all the people of war with him, against them by the waters of the Merom suddenly, and they fell upon them. And the Lord delivered them into the hand of Israel, who smote them, and chased them unto great Zidon, and unto